So we got one about how do we allocate our assets, the best tax advantages? How can we gift assets to our children in the most tax effective manner? Yeah, so estate planning is can be a complex situation, right? And it really is individual, right? So one of the things that people talk about is setting up a trust, right? If you set up a trust, you can kind of really write exactly how you want your wealth to be distributed to the heirs, when they get it, how they get it, why they get it, all those things. But if you make a trust a beneficiary of your 401k or your IRAs, right, it loses a powerful thing that we call a stretch IRA. So it loses some of that tax deferred growth. So what that means is if I have a 401k or traditional IRA, and I set up my child, for example, as my beneficiary of that product, then when my child receives it, they can continue to have that money grow tax deferred, right? Now, they'll be required to take out required minimum distributions, but that the rest of the money in there is still growing and no one's paying taxes on it. So think about that. If that continues to happen, they could defer paying taxes for 80 years or so, right? So that's just amplifying the example we saw earlier on that tax deferred growth. So it could be extremely powerful. If you have your trust as the beneficiary of those products, then it does not get the same stretch IRA benefits, right? So the good thing is you may not want to give a 16-year-old a $400,000 401k plan. So a trust allows you to say, I don't want to give them when they're 16. I want them to be 35, married, not on drugs, done with school, whatever it may be. You really have control over that asset. Whereas if you just kind of check the box and say, I want it to go to them, then when they're 16, they're getting that 401k balance. So again, it's very individualized, but the decision you make can have huge consequences. So sit down, talk about it with your financial advisor, your state attorney, your CPA to make sure you're doing what's best for your family. There's so many other things, right? Gifting assets, right? If you're giving away assets to your family, you're getting them out of your estate. When you get them out of your estate, you're reducing your estate tax liability, which we said was 11.4 for 2019, 11.18 for 18. So when you start doing those strategies, you're getting money out of your estate. As you get things out of your estate, you reduce the potential estate tax liability in the future. There's also, there's so many different creative ways to do it: an irrevocable life insurance trust, an A and B trust. The options are endless when it comes to tax advantage, retirement, or estate planning strategies. So again, highly recommend if you're trying to get rid of assets, you're trying to reduce your tax liability after you pass away, sit down with an estate attorney, sit down with a financial advisor. We can kind of guide you, make sure you're doing the right thing without giving you tax advice or legal advice. Work with your accountant and your estate attorney to make sure you're doing what's best for your family.